All right. Well, you may see there's no Jeep. We moved it this morning over to Mark's garage so he can start working on her. And I have to admit, I drove her over and damn, I've missed her. Even she's such a mess and filthy inside and out. And it's the only vehicle I've ever bought new. And I bought her brand new in 94? Bought myself, no cosigner, no nothing. That too was a first. Well, I see a fuzzy butt crossing the road. Let's see if Bravo sees it. Let's get along. But anyway, I've missed her. Yeah, I bought her in 94. And she is a 94. But anyway, it was funny because one thing I'd forgotten about is whenever we take right turns, the dash area fills with water. And anyway, whenever we were driving over to the garage, and every time I turned a right turn, water splashed out on the pedals of my feet. And it was friggin' hilarious. And stay still. Stay still. Stay. Okay, come on. And anyway, and then Mark was talking about different things that he wanted to check. Plus, he was going to check that wherever that water was coming in, which it has been like that for 30 years, I guess. And it was funny. I said, oh, there's one other thing I remembered. I never took any turns that I was able to experience it, but I know it's a fact. He said, what's that? I said, there is a Bic lighter that has been in the dash since about a month after I drove her off the lot. If you take corners too fast, that lighter will slide from one side to the other. And he started laughing. He said, well, you want me to get out? I said, I really don't think so. Bravo, they're not there. And he started laughing because he totally understood that now that lighter being in there has become part of her charm. Bravo, they're still not there. Thank you. Hold on. We had a little bit of rain last night, not too much, nothing over here. Over here, nothing severe as far as I know. But there you go, it's going diagonally again. Let's not do that. That's becoming a habit. Not a good one. Good spot. Yeah, that's a good spot. All right. Hold on. Stay still. Hold on. Over. Good. Very good this morning. All right. That's what we like, huh? And I swear, okay, this is something that I've done for as long as I can remember. Whenever my son was an infant, I was thrilled to learn. He does the same thing, and still does, according to his wife. We both wake ourselves up regularly laughing. I know lots of people with sleep apnea and that sort of thing wake themselves up snoring. But anyway, my son and I both wake ourselves up laughing. The first time that I heard him do it, he was an infant. I don't even think he had his baby bed yet. I think he was in a bassinet. And he was giggling in his sleep. And I heard him, and I looked in, and sure enough, his eyes were closed, and he was laying on his tummy, and he was just giggling away. And that got me to laughing. And as he woke, we were both just laughing until I think I had tears running down my face. But anyway, And so this morning, what do you see a fuzzy butt somewhere? I don't. I really don't. I didn't even hear one, Bravo. Okay, come on. But anyway, so this morning I woke up to Mark laughing, and I was really barely, I was seriously waking up. And he was so tickled about something. But come on now, not here, not, this is a bad spot. You can graze someplace else. And, but it was so wonderful. But I did ask him, I said, do you ever wake yourself up laughing? He's like, no, I don't think so. I was like, okay, just curious. Because so far my son and I are the only ones that I'm aware of that do that. Robert, what are you doing over there? No, now get over by your bush. Come on. Silly dog. Well, the water's pretty much down. We are supposed to get more rain, I believe, over the weekend. Hopefully nothing severe, too heavy. Looks like the honeysuckle over there began, and maybe one of those cool spells hit it. Doesn't look very happy this morning. Of course, it may just be from the rain. But anyway, I'm curious if other people wake themselves laughing in their sleep. Now I have had the rare occasions, thank God they're rare, of waking myself up crying, but that hasn't been for years and years and years. And I know that's pretty common because I've talked to a number of people that have told me they experienced that. Wow, Bravo, you are really smelling something, bud. Isn't that grass pretty growing in the bank like that? I wonder if those are, I wonder if they're lilies, daily lilies. Quit. Hey, no, we're not going over there. Stop. Okay, come on. I think you're just sniffing dog. Come on. No, we're going. Let's go. No, we're going some more. No. Attaboy, good. Ooh, stinky. But yeah, as soon as I sit down in the Jeep, because there's been evidence over the years of mice getting into it and everything. Hold on, over. Stay. Hold on. Over. Nope, over. There you go, stay. Attaboy, stay. Okay, let's go. But anyway, so as soon as I got in the Jeep, it was cool because Mark showed me how to get her started. I mean, he's been a mechanic for decades. And anyway, it was like, okay. He said, you want me to start her? I said, yeah, I guess so, And I said, but please explain to me what you're doing, which he did, and I appreciated. And now I know. But anyway, not touching anything, simply turning the key a couple of times fills the combustion chamber, gets fuel moved. And I was like, okay. So that time, whenever you get a fire, it should be easier to fire for there to be a turnover with the ignition. It's so good. I'm glad the battery's good because it's sat for a couple of months now, I guess, without starting it or anything. It did take a couple of tries, but she started up. Hold on. There's enough charge. Over here. Because I think the last time I put a battery in her, hold on, over, stay. Okay. I was so frustrated with the previous 2 batteries that I had gotten that I went in and I said, I don't care how much the goddamn thing cost. All I want to do is turn the fucking key and it crank. I remember I was so angry. And it seems like I did pay a stupid amount of money for that battery. But even these years later, which I guess it's probably, geez, at least 4 years old. Oh well, it's still working, holding charge. I'm probably damn lucky on that because batteries aren't made for shit anymore. I swear there used to be cars parked out in damn cousins' backyards for months, years, whatever, and go out and it's like, yeah, just give me a little jump. Some raggedy asshole pickup that we hadn't used for anything except hauling hay, maybe. It'd turn over and, all right, let's go. Take it out in the field and it'd work all day. People say, oh, they don't make things like they used to. Well, that's because people, no, you're going to stay out of that. No, further down. I know that damn hamburger or something's in there. Here's some grass. You want to graze right there? But anyway, it's like, oh no, but it's being made exactly how it should be for the greedy sons of bitches that run everything these days. Come on. It is the business model, built to fail. That's what things are built for. They're built to fail these days. They're not built to last. I saw this one little documentary type piece. I think it was from the history guy that I love on YouTube. And it was a light bulb at a fire station somewhere in New England. And this one light bulb has not been off well over 100 years. And the point being that bulbs used to be made to last. And soon discovered that the best thing to do was make them to fail, because then you had repeat customers. So if you make a refrigerator that lasts for 4 years, yeah, oh well, darn, the landfills are filling up and got all kinds of waste on the planet and a million other really detrimental things to the place where we live. But hey, your profits for the quarter went up. What people would do for $1. All right. But it was a wonderful way to wake up to laughter. And it was so funny because he had the giggles and he couldn't stop it. It was hilarious. Nope. Bravo, get up here. Get up here. Attaboy. It's so refreshing. Whoop. I was talking with a girlfriend last night. Hold on. Over. Stay. Thank you. Okay. And we were having a conversation about the Well, it was kind of funny because both of us started out with a couple of long-term relationships with abusers, even though neither of us came from what you would really call abusive homes. You know, she didn't have daddy issues. I didn't have a daddy. So anyway, it just it was kind of interesting. Hold on. Over. Stay. Okay. And anyway, that we had both done that kind of more than shocked both of us a little bit. I mean, it's like, how fucking stupid could we be? No, it's not stupidity. It's not even naivete. I think it is hope. And a willingness to take the blame that I think is particular to females, but not solely, of course, but ready to take the blame if someone is unhappy in a relationship. And hey, no. I don't think there's a thing down there for you to eat, which kind of makes me happy, gotta tell you. Bravo. Come on. She's gonna show us all. Come on. Hey, no, heel. Attaboy. Good. But anyway, some of the god-awful things people will say, abusers will say. But anyway, one of these, hers is, 20 years later. And he said something so cruel and hateful. Well, I stayed over till we got down here. Come along, Bravo. Okay, step away. That she's been unable for almost 20 years to fully enjoy cunnilingus. And what a bastard. I'd want to plant some kind of little brain worm in his head. Who knows? Maybe she did. Hope she did. Hope someone did. I was like, oh, look, there's an erection. Look at that. Oh, it's gone. Come on, let's go. Heel. Bravo. Heel. No. There we go. Good. Very good. We kept a pretty good pace this morning, bub. Yeah. Well, I'm still hearing keys, so we haven't lost our keys on our walk. That's good. Oh, today's Kim's birthday. Nope. That's good. Here we go. Hold on. That was a good walk.